Nah, it's way too hot here for a beanie. G'day from the West, I'm Lucas and welcome to Footy West. This is a brand new footy channel, the one-stop location for everything West Coast Eagles and even some Freo Dockers. We're going to have plenty of WA footy coverage over the AFL season and it's going to be really good. At the moment, obviously, West Australia footy is in two very different places. You've got the Dockers, who are doing much better than the Eagles at the moment. You know, they're pushing for a premiership. They should get there, if you ask me. And then you've got my mob, the mighty West Coast. They are down, but they are not out. I reckon they're sneaking up the ladder this year, out of the bottom four. And I reckon they could be pushing for about 12th, 13th, 14th, you know? Anyways, again, welcome to Footy West. It'll be the WA footy home. I'm looking to do all sorts of stuff, some content, match days, trainings, all these updates across Western Australia footy, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And then some other plans for the channels. I'm planning to do like monthly recaps. So at the end of February, we'll do like a February recap about West Coast and probably the Dockers as well. And then March, April, June, you know how it goes. And yeah, again, the random stuff, the news fixes from across the league and also mainly West Coast and Freo. The channel and like Footy West is still in its early stages. I'm still working out how I'm going to do everything. But make sure you jump onto Instagram, jump onto the X, the Twitter, and follow us there. There'll be plenty of content on there as well. So yeah, I don't really know what else you're supposed to do in an intro video. I mean, this is my first time trying YouTube, so. But I suppose we can quickly talk about like where these two teams are headed for this year, and I'll probably do an in-depth video about this right before the season starts. But I guess, like I said, for the Dockers, I reckon they're ready to go. They're ready to make that jump up into a premiership team. I think they've got all the ingredients for a brilliant forward line, a brilliant midfield, and a really solid back line. And they're very obviously really important to a premiership team. The one thing about the Dockers that I'm just a bit undecided on is the coach, Justin Longmuir. He's been there, I think this is his 5th or 6th season there now, and they've only made one finals campaign. They made a semi. I think it's a big year for him. If they make it to the prelim, if they make it to the grand final, it's a pass, he stays on. I'm actually not too sure about his contract status. I think he's signed on for this year, maybe next year. Nevertheless, it's a big year for him. And I think if he can get them there to the pointy end of the tournament, I reckon he gets a pass. If they don't make finals or they bow out in week 1 or something like that, I reckon questions will be asked of him and his ability to get the best out of the team, and will he be able to make them reach that grand final, that premiership cup that they can get to. And then the West Coast Eagles in 2025, again, I touched on it earlier. I think I'm in the minority when I say this, and I've said it a bit online already, and I've said that they're going to be able to jump out of the bottom 4. And the reason I say that is because there's a new coach for starters, and what we've seen recently with new coaches especially, with Adam Kingsley and Craig McRae, is that they've been able to take those previously bottom 4 sides out of the bottom 4 and take them back up to the top or back out of the bottom. And I'm not saying at all by any means that West Coast will go straight up to the top 4. I mean, you never know, stranger things have happened. But I do think they'll be able to lift, and if he does his job right, and put a star there. If he does his job right, what right is, I don't know. But if he does his job correctly or well enough, I reckon they'll be able to jump out of the bottom 4, maybe up to 13th or 12th. And that could be like my one-eyed Eagle fan coming through me. But I think the young core that we've got, I mean, Hewitt's coming back, Long's coming back. We've got obviously the superstar Harley Reid, and then Bo Allen, Job Shanahan, Luca Grego, all those guys. They've just been drafted in as well in the last draft. So we're starting to build that young core that I think can really take us through to the next era. I'm not saying that it's like a certainty to happen, like they've got a new coach, they've got a new good young core, they're gonna jump out. Like, for all we know, they could do just as badly and they could stay in the bottom 4. But if things are done right, there's potential for the jump to be made. So it's not guaranteed, but the potential is there to be unlocked for the West Coast to be able to jump out of the bottom four and just incrementally, incrementally advance, if you will, in their list and the state that they're at. But I'll stop there because I don't want to keep you guys all night. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little introduction video to the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, you know, all that, so you never miss anything out on the channel. Check out the socials, the X, the Instagram, like I've said already. But for now, for today's video, that is it. So I hope to see you again soon on Footy West.